Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my final league match of season 50. I guess barring needing that tiebreaker, which I think is still possible with maybe Johns. Everyone else, I think either I have the tiebreaker or lose it. Well, I guess depending on how this goes, maybe Jerrydot as well. So the right now I'm 1 point ahead of his picks, and we both have just the match against Jerrydot left. But there are enough unplayed matches that I think other people can still catch us with big wins on their part. I mean, Jerrydot in particular hasn't played very many matches, so he could go on a run. I think possibly. Or they could go on a run. So I guess it could go Black Cat counterfeit. I mean, the cursing is reasonable here. There's not really great curse trashing that you can do as you're greening. And it's a bit of a vacuum as far as the board goes. Otherwise, I mean, there's not really a whole lot you can do here, unless you really want to go for procession stuff, which is possible, but a little bit unwieldy. And I'm not sure what the payoff is for it in the end. I mean, there's some developed stuff, but other than that, there's not like super exciting things to do. But I don't know for me if it just means it's like play with 2 or 3 black cats and money, or whether you fit in like a journeyman somewhere or try to fit in like a develop, which is possible as well. I mean, estate to silver is a pretty good conversion here, but not obviously super clean with the black cats if I have a couple of those. Just the terminal space is somewhat limited. I mean, I would be interested to see if the I would be interested to see a procession thing played out. I just don't kind of know what it would do. Doesn't seem impossible. It just seems a little hard. I mean, your opening of like procession oracle is okay. I guess it's just the only journeyman is a 5 is just a little underwhelming as far as the ladder goes. The ladder up to whatever, and if you get, yeah, I'm not super convinced there's something there. So this could either be a second counterfeit or just a gold, or like a borrow counterfeit black cat. I guess if I get the second counterfeit, I do open up a little bit more for venture stuff. I don't know if that's any good. I didn't really consider Philosopher's Stone, though I don't think it's especially exciting. I think I will go ahead and get the second black cat. I mean, I have a little collision here, but probably still fine. It's not a reason to not necessarily want a couple in the deck. There's still, I don't know, this draw is probably, I mean, it could be a little sad. It's sad to see them on the, I guess it's sad to see the collision on after the borrow is the main thing. But I guess the 2 coppers on top is fine. Like silver buy is quite okay for me. No trash here is a little sad, but that's okay. They're just gonna see like copper estate. So the oracle so far has not really hit me. Or copper. They are getting pretty good cycling though with it, which is nice for them. If I trash a silver, that's not... Silver is really pretty fine. I guess I could gamble 1 and buy a 5, buy like a venture. This is a little sad. I mean, this shuffle is a little sad, but it's not a huge deal. I can gamble 1 and buy venture, which seems not terrible. I guess it's kind of a question of how good the I mean, I could gamble more and just get a silver as well. I kind of want to buy a venture just because I think it's maybe justifiable here, and I haven't bought a venture in a long time. I don't know that it's especially good. But it's kind of, you know, it's close enough to good that I kind of want to do it while I have the game where I think it's possible. So now they're getting the black cats. I could fish for counterfeits here. I mean, this is quite a few of the coppers, unfortunately. So it wouldn't be totally crazy to like play a couple and then do the gamble, but yeah, the ideal thing here would have been a little different. Yeah, my second counterfeit has been sort of hot garbage. I don't love the island though. Like, I guess I understand getting it while you know they don't have black cat. I think this should find a copper at the bottom, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how hard we go on the black cat stuff. Should play this venture in case we find the other counterfeit. Could again have waited to try and see some kind of... I never know when you actually are supposed to green on these boards with this black cat stuff going on. Because you may open up like a double province for them, which is pretty scary, I guess. I mean, obviously, if I never green, I'll lose because I'm down by 2, but it doesn't mean that the thing to do is to green immediately, you know? I think the bottom card is a black cat too, so I was a bit unfortunate there, to be honest. But now I don't know that I do this before a shuffle. I don't know if I want the curses before a shuffle. Okay, it wasn't a black cat at all. I'm gonna be really sad if they green this turn, which seems, you know, pretty possible. Oh well. I'm gonna flip, my venture's gonna flip. I mean, I don't have to play the venture. I'm not sure exactly where the black cat split is at. You may just each have 4, to be honest. Okay. So they're going ahead and taking the rest of that, which seems fine. I don't know. I mean, I can't dance around this forever. I don't really know how or when to go for it. Ideally, you do it, I guess, when you're getting more than a single green card is maybe the nice time for it. The other thing is to watch, I guess, their deck a little bit. I mean, you're never, I mean, you can have a little bit of knowledge of what they have, but not great amount. This can go to maximum 12, which is sort of okay, but not super okay. This is gonna be like 5. Okay, just 2. That's we can live with 2. Yeah, I mean, this is fair. Like, they can wait there. They still don't. Obviously, there's more pressure on me to green than on to Jerrydot. I guess he's thinking that if he leaves these, then the black cat is like, I'm less likely to chain black cats. But you are still leaving golden counterfeit on top when I can, like, most likely get to them. So it's a little bit, I don't know. It's a little fancy play if you try to not discard those. Because it's like pretty easy. Well, in this case, it would allow me to double, I think. Yeah, it would allow me double. Which is, and I didn't actually end up getting any additional niceness out of it, unfortunately. I mean, I just have to do it and see. Okay, just one is not so terrible. I guess silver is still better than... I mean, I could Night Watchman, right? They still don't have to green. Guess that's always true, but I mean, at some point you're gonna get to a spot where you feel like you have to. I don't really love... I'm not super... This is actually kind of annoying, too. I didn't know exactly. I was kind of hoping there were more black cats, but I guess I just don't even have that many. And also I had just flipped 2 with Venture. The Venture flip was pretty rough for me. Obviously I can hit Province here, though. There's like a real issue. I guess it's, I mean, these missing the shuffle is fine. There's just a good chance of having some other stuff. So the question now is whether we do the counterfeit the Venture, just counterfeit the gold. We may find the other counterfeit, in which case... Okay, we're throwing black cats out willy-nilly. But we didn't find the other counterfeit, so that's still around. We could try to double and just hope. I mean, that's going to be our best chance, I think. It may... Okay, they get 1, so it's not a huge deal. We didn't draw anything, though. That's pretty brutal. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe they'll just already have it. I mean, if they didn't have any... Like, they're pretty likely to just have it. If they didn't have any black cats in the hand, then the hand's probably pretty okay. Yeah. I mean... I'm not sure. I'm not a black cat aficionado, so I don't know if I totally blew that or what. I think certainly there was some shuffle stuff that did not go my way, particularly with regard to the second counterfeit. But I don't know. There's probably some deck tracking stuff I could have done to play my turns and to play around whatever Jerrydot stuff had. And I guess there's also just not being so scared and just, you know, taking provinces more is also quite possibly a lot better than what I did. I got another banish board. I'll try not to blow it quite as bad as I blew the last banish board I played. No promises though. This is not a great 5-2, but fine. I think I'll probably follow. Well, we've got... Oh, I didn't even know we had shelters. That helps it a bit. Altar is quite good here. This makes banish just a little bit less appealing. Hopefully I didn't hit 6. Payload is still pretty limited here. We hit the we have the, it's kind of not, it's not actually the worst sombrero ever. It's not good, but it's not the worst one ever, just because it's like they weren't good opening cards anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be an altar. I guess you could do big banish as well, but what is the, like I can do a 3 copper banish, but if this patrician hits, it's unfortunate that they didn't draw those 3 cards and reveal whatever coppers they drew. But hopefully at least yeah, like they probably got Ghost Town and some coppers. Probably pretty friendly patrol as far as that goes. They're going for a banish. Yeah. I think it's pretty reasonable. There is like some sort of world where that limits how much altering you actually get to do, which is not nothing. Probably not a big deal. I'm certainly going for a double altar. I don't know that they'll be in a super great position for that. Which may not matter if they get out, you know, ahead. But it's a little bit of a different thing. This is not super good. Okay. So I cannot get altar and play enchantress, and I guess I can't play altar and enchantress and get everything. I don't think even with toil. Let me think though. So if I play the mill, discard necro copper. Yeah, I mean it gets me to. We can wait on the enchantress, I suppose, because if I play the necro, draw. I can just get back up to $4. So it's not Not so nice. On the patrol though, so that's massive. Probably will allow a patron hit. I guess there's like some world where Jerry can maybe gain and play a pillage. I don't know how easy that is for him. I mean, it's certainly possible with toil. So we'll see if they go for that or not. Do they not have a necro? I'm confused now. They're just not even, and they buy gold. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not in love with that play. Let's go ahead and get the necropolis here. That is not an especially nice looking play to me. What they've done there. Maybe they didn't have the draw to do it, or the actions. I'm kind of confused by what they did, but I think it's possible to pretty much live off mill money here. Maybe you get maybe you get a cut purse or something at some point. I guess I probably would rather gain I'd rather have the mills in deck and gain the enchantress off an altar play possibly. As long as I don't fall super far behind in them, like maybe I'm a little slow here, but hopefully better duchies will work out. Better duchy gaining. Okay. So it's like they're not still putting out they're still not putting out any I guess there's a world where this discard is useful. Is there a world where it's like horrible bad? If the patrician hits, we'd have 2. And if the patrician just draws patrol but doesn't hit, yeah, if the patrician draws patrol but doesn't hit, it can potentially miss one. Though actually I can gain a mill and probably make it work out okay-ish. it's probably fine to do it this way. I think I messed the order up a little bit there. I had enough actions right. I could have gained the mill. Yeah, this was a mess up. I could have gained the mill first and then it would have worked. That was basically my out and I just played it wrong. So now he can't get to the Enchantress play, which is a little bit of a bummer, but not, I think, the end of the world. Well, I hope not the end of the world, I mean. Yeah, but that was definitely just a screw up on my part. And maybe the mill should have been a patrol. I could be convinced of that. They have 2 golds. When did they buy 2 golds? I'm not in love with that. Okay. So again, probably don't need it to do it now. Right. Guess it depends on what we find, but so we have to play not one of the, well, either not one of the ghost towns or not one of the altars. I think. Or not the Enchantress. The Enchantress attack is not super good, but the draw is kind of nice. Should it be another mill or should it be like a duchy? I don't have a lot of patrols. That is the other. I don't even know if they fire off forever either. I mean, they probably do okay on that front, but I do have a very good last turn because double touchy province shouldn't be hard at all for me. I do have to start thinking a little bit about the order of some of this stuff. I drew 2 mills. That was kind of unfortunate. But, not. I really would have liked to get a second card out of the. Out of the whatever. How do I order this? Do I want to try and play an Enchantress? How feasible is all that? I need to discard 2 times with mill while still holding copper gold. I guess this part of it is not super hard. So do I want to try and get an Enchantress? Probably. Like Enchantress Duchy would be nice. I don't know if I end up with enough cards though. Kind of think I don't. I think I needed another patrol hit. Unfortunately. So this is annoying. So I can put. I think the first mill is like not a discard regardless. We go 1 mill. I think the question though is still whether we can get the Enchantress and the Duchy, because if we can't, then we play this, gain Enchantress, play, draw mill, discard 2 cards, Copper Province. Play the first mill, don't do anything. Play the second mill, discard. Copper Province. I think we still have enough. I'm not sure though. Well, we can play 1 fewer Ghost Hounds, I guess. I don't know how that works out. I guess the question also still is whether we need the duchies right now. will they get 9? I mean, if they do a duchy province again, that's pretty bad. Yeah, we need one more hit from patrol. That stinks. And I guess we can double duchy. I don't know if that makes any sense. Gross. Because if we do this, if we do Ghost Town Province, it's bad. It's all kind of bad. I mean, it's probably just not play altar for now. Oh well. I don't know if they have. I have 2 coppers. So there's one, they have 1 more copper. And then they're a little more limited on duchy gaining. Just 1 second. I guess we don't find the patrician. We're just up a creek regardless. Well, now I don't even have enough to actually play the... I don't even have enough fuel. I've turned it all into... I guess mills are what I have. If they can duchy province, they're safe. If they can only single province, they're not safe. I mean, if they can only single province, they're pretty unsafe. I mean, that's pretty risky. Those single duchy is also not super great because I can triple. Though I'm certainly living... well, they're gonna be able to duchy province. So I'm still gonna have to triple duchy. I mean, I still live and die by the whims of when I see my patrol. don't know if there's ever a spot where I should have gotten pillaged. I think my Enchantress stuff has been pretty bad. Just on the whole. Like, the attack is nothing, and it would have been nicer. I think it would have been much nicer to just have one more patrol versus 2 Enchantresses. Like, I think that seems clear. And it would have maybe opened up a chance to do some pillage stuff, which I think was probably better than the Enchantress attack. I don't know how much of it. I don't know how, how consistently I would get to do it, but I don't know if they're actually stopped. That seems really unlikely. And certainly province duchy seems quite safe to me. I mean, they must have some mills, I think, in hand. So I don't think that's a problem. I guess maybe they were thinking if there was a way for them to do what they needed to do and still leave patrol on top. Is the thing they were considering. So they play no. That's actually wild to me. They play no ghost towns. So. And they didn't set up anything in the discard. So I don't really. I don't know. Was it? Maybe it had to be. Maybe it had to be the ghost town, but. Anyway. I'm still gonna live or die. Now here the Enchantress attack me, because it could hurt me as well. I was thinking here we need to try and triple duchy and get to 34. Because if they get to 41, it's just gonna be trouble. But we may just not get to any of it. I don't need more cash. I am going to have to blow up some good stuff if I do find it, which I just simply don't. So, but there is still they could have a pretty duddy hand. I don't know if they will, but they could. There's a world where the Enchantress is like helpful to them. It's not even that weird of a world. But, I mean, they have to not even have duchy, so you know, with the golds and the mills, that seems hard. Or the gold between the gold mills and altars, that seems hard. But we'll just see, I guess, when they play. If I don't bury my patrol and I get the other duchy, I don't know if I'm favored, but I look pretty okay. I start to look pretty okay anyway. And they can toil. Ooh, that's nice. I did forget toil. I don't know that they're getting to whatever though. I think you gotta, I mean, if you're, well, he had to play I feel like there was a way to not have to play this patrol and then you can trash the necro, which would be a lot nicer. Anyway, I still have to draw okay-ish. This is already enough though. It feels like I couldn't see their hands, so I don't know. But it does feel like they could play their last turn differently to not make the dud quite as likely. But they were low on fuel, certainly, for their altar, so maybe it was just awkward to get the altar play. I don't know if there was a mill trash that was okay. I didn't count all the points up. It seems kind of possible that there was a mill trash that would have been okay-ish. I don't know, maybe that doesn't work points wise, but to trash a mill instead of a village thing. For the duchy. What are we gonna open here? I do have a 5, though it's not like especially exciting. We have Artificer City Quarter stuff, which is always pretty reasonable. The 3/5. I don't know. I guess you can just do cavalry right off the bat and see if you get to the rat catcher and possibly a second rat catcher. Right. Don't love the silver. Or you can get the worst draw. That's also possible. Sad times. Because anything that's not just those two on top is not so bad. Like, if I draw Ratcatcher into drawing both of those, you know, not great, but whatever. If I draw, I'm not really sure what the invoice for. If I draw copper, obviously I get a second Ratcatcher, and if I draw cavalry, I get to put some horses in before another shuffle. But I mean, at some point I'm gonna want a 5. Maybe we take the artificer now. Kiln is pretty good eventually. The horses are still reasonable. I mean, we can again play a cavalry or buy a cavalry, I guess. They're just not super exciting. Trying to figure this one out. I mean, a blessed village is not crazy either, actually. Because you'll probably want some eventually. This is a reasonable time to call a rat or go for a rat or go for cavalry. I mean, I think. I don't know when you get kiln and kilns in city quarters. Soonish. Their envoy is like the most confusing buy they made to me. I don't really get it. I cannot draw cannot draw my rat catchers to save my life. Just sort of all I want to do. So there's another one bottom decked. Some way we need a 5 at some point. Maybe now we take the artificer. Well, we could wait here. Or we could buy city quarter now, actually. I don't even know. It might honestly be rat catcher though. It probably isn't. It's not going to be one of the cavalries, like, since there's two. How many rat catchers do they have? 3 now? They have 3 now, I think. So it's probably not the... I'm not sure. That's unclear to me. We're gonna really live or die by what it looks like when we find the city quarter. Because if we find it on a nice one, did I not call my rat catcher? Man, I'm so stupid. I won't ask for that. That's so bad, though. That's just unbelievably stupid of me. So it's still pretty good if we find it now. It's a little sad because this was like my last chance to, maybe my last chance to trash. Because I'll probably just trigger stuff from now on, though. If we're drawing deck, then, you know, we'll just live with it, I guess. Pretty bad, though. It would have been nice to get rid of a copper. There's a dream world here where we get kiln mid-turn and get a third city quarter. I don't know if that's all super possible, but there's at least some kind of shot at that. He probably has. I don't know, the discard there was super material. Super mattered. Maybe it did. I can't wait to play 6 horses into like the saddest city quarter of all time. Alright, well, it wasn't the saddest city quarter of all time. Okay. Well, one of these needs to... Actually, 2 of them do. Did I not do this last turn when I drew the horse? Did I not mule it? I just didn't mule the horse. Incredible. I'm so stupid. I really, really am. Um, it's still probably just by city quarter, honestly. Some of the other stuff is not unreasonable, but you can win the city quarter split pretty big here, then you're on your way. If I had $5, I would probably get a second artificer, but man, I've made some little, like, they're not super huge, but they're easy to get right. Like, you just click on the mule on your horse. And in this case, I mean, it would have meant I could have bought an artificer over city quarter, which isn't, it's not actually totally clear if that's an improvement, but you know, it certainly would have been okay. I don't know. They're not gonna do as much of the setup, horse setup, as I can. At some point, you don't need to play the horses, and then it starts to look a little more exciting. But where is the artificer? I'm not sure this is all right order. Actually, it seems fairly likely it won't be. Do we want to get... Yeah, we do. Maybe you should have done this... Well, no, it wouldn't have worked that way. We could have maybe discarded horses at that point. Okay. I don't think... I don't think they can pile out. That would be the only scary thing. I don't believe they can, though. Well, They just don't have as many city quarters. It would certainly suck if it turns out they can pile out. But there's some chaining. I mean, there's a lot of chaining. There's a lot of chaining, but I think it'll be too expensive. I hope. There's also like worlds where they died because they weren't. I don't think they were anyway. They weren't top decking the horses. I mean, they could have just stopped. They've played all their city quarters, I think. Yeah, this is like nothing. This is a super easy pile out win. I should say that. I mean, I guess I could just totally whiff on finding city quarters, but I don't know what point you swap from playing horses to playing city quarter. I mean, there must be some kind of turnaround point, but I have so much leeway here. I don't need to super overthink it. This is where you just wish they would Kanye. I mean, it's not even really a Kanye, but you just wish they would. How many? I'll go for double. How does double sound? Click too much for double too, but oh, I gotta change the order. I'm not sure. I really don't like the envoy opening, but I definitely made some like tactical kind of little dumb things for sure. Like really dumb. Alright, so we have Way of the Butterfly and Bandit Fort, but lots and lots of probably draw to X supporting kind of stuff. Trashing early would be really nice. I mean, you could maybe try to wait to go for mercenary till you hit the wishes. Like, I guess that's an idea you could go for. Just getting the urchin and then waiting. Or getting, like getting one urchin and then waiting to try to do the collision until you have urchin plus wish. And but if you get the urchin on the reshuffle, I think you probably just beat somebody trying to do that. Obviously, I've committed a little bit. I'm not going tournament urchin, for instance, at this point. You could, if you didn't want to have an urchin at all anymore, you could butterfly up to tournament. I don't think that's probably correct. I think you'd rather just draw the card and the urchin is still okay. They collide. We might collide. We did not. Wait, yeah, we did not. So that's not great. Let me go for tournament over black market there. Then this stuff is annoying, right? Because it's like, I guess the guide is okay. Sage is not bad either. What does magic lamp cost? 0. Yeah, Sage is kind of bad for that. Secret cave, you probably won't be able to duration it, but it's not necessarily awful. You probably just go ahead and take the curse one. Yeah, envious, nice one. It's not going to do much of anything to you. I may butterfly my tournament up. They might just hit it here. Well, they don't have like a silver, so no, that's not happening. Well, even if they did have a silver, that's still not enough. Yeah, so it's like, I guess you could also, no, why would you do that? It's probably better to butterfly this up, isn't it? That's not the worst thing to happen, actually. Not as great. They do have Sage is a little nicer for hitting. They still have the tournament. Me activating here is pretty far-fetched. Well, I guess it's impossible actually because the guide goes away. I don't have another card. They're probably activating, so this is gonna be pretty close to decided. The fortress is pretty nice. I mean, fortress or displace are pretty nice. The gains are a little limited here. I mean, if you have fortress, then trader can be pretty good plus buy here, actually. I don't actually like that. Well, no, it's probably fine. It's probably good. Oh, I have a secret cave. Good for me. So there was a world where did I bomb deck the Merc, right? Yeah, I did. That's no good. Yeah, if we play the Merc, we have a shot here, but this is certainly not good enough. The only reason I don't know why I was discarding Estates to the Urchin when there was like a shot of me hitting Mercenary. The Princess is good and Steed is okay. But the other prizes are pretty bad. It may have been a friendly poverty there. So Princess is good and Steed is fine, but not essential. I mean, you can make everything work without Steed. And I think the other ones are just not good. But Princess is nice. So it seems like an easy Princess from my perspective. Maybe Ambassador is in there and the game, somehow we're going to get into a slog. The game takes 20 turns. I find Ambassador in the black market. I get Trusty Steed. Don't ask me how I do that. But I say I hate the followers. I think it's got to be at least third worst. I mean, it's probably better than Bag of Gold and Diadem, but that's about it. I can get another Mercenary is the thing. After I've got my wishes, I can get another Mercenary, and then it's just like, why? I don't actually get Procession either over the other two. I'm a little bit confused on the Procession. Jerrydot's gonna beat me here, but I'm not a fan. I guess I'm not a huge hater of the play, but I'm not a fan. They're for sure gonna beat me. I have a hard time believing that Procession is better in Workers' Village there. I have some chances of drawing another card, and thus I could go ahead and get the second Mercenary, but good thing I didn't risk it. I don't have a tournament, do I? So they already have the Princess. It's probably not worth getting a province for Steed. It's probably just gotta be Curse Village. Can I get... Okay, Haunting's fine. I almost didn't play enough cards to make Haunting not do something. I just don't get it. Like, the 4, like, you trash a 3 into a 4. The 4s aren't that good. Tournament's fine, but not great. I mean, like, it's cute. Like, the double 4 is cute, but I would also have taken... maybe they didn't have the money for it. I would have taken Barge or Patrol. I guess they didn't have the cash for it. This is depressing. I don't have... Oh, I guess I can... I did play the guide, didn't I? I was gonna say it's depressing. I don't have either of Wish or Curse Village in hand, but at least the 2 reveals this time were garbage. I'll probably guide this, so it doesn't matter hugely. It's not great to see the mercenary in the hand you're guiding away. I mean, it's worse than not great. Or the basically all my hand size decreasing kind of looking stuff is in hand now, so I'm gonna guide into like a Curse Village with like, you know, just junk. Silvers. You need the silvers. Gotta get the silvers. You can go back to tournament and then you just keep trying. You know, why do we fall down tournament? So we can... The locusts, it's a locust versus butterfly. It's an insect themed battle. Oh, he got a trade route. That's not as interesting as what I was seeing. It's still, you know, it'll take 2 butterflies to get back up there. I guess I could play to having, but even if I have Cursed Village on top, it's not any better. Wow, this was some kind of horrifically bad draw. I could play here to having Cursed Village on top with a with like a secret cave. Now here I can get a black market and get these out of hand, which is nice. Probably the royal carriage is worth getting. We will get a second mercenary. There are a lot of points here. It's true. But they're still not... I mean, Silk Road potentially represents a lot of points. But their deck is probably just going to be too decent to make it not pan out. Why do I have -3? Oh, miserable. Miserable. How could I forget that? So... we could cave up, or we could secret cave before we do this, or we could try to buy like get something nice out of a black market across 2 plays. Is the other thing we can try to do. Before draw... Oh wait. What am I thinking? I need to play for, I need to play the, I mean, this is technically information, but hopefully they don't care too much. It didn't change my capabilities. It's a little bit dubious, I'll admit. I clicked before I saw what they were, but whether that's sufficiently different for somebody is, I guess, a personal. Well, that was pretty successful as far as that all goes. I could go up now, I guess. Diluted is a little scary, isn't it? How does diluted work? Oh, I am diluted. Maybe I do get rid of the throne room. Can I? Does this work? Does it go back to the black market pile? Let's see if they'll let me undo that. Oh, it's just, well, it just doesn't matter. Never mind. I don't think Duchy or Silk Road are really very good, though maybe I can get secret caves or something. I don't know. Well, diluted was pretty bad. The undo's there. Well, the one undo was stupid, but it didn't matter. Are they just taking diadem? Seems it's fine with the black market, but yeah. With black market, it's okay. Do they have mercenaries still? I guess they must. I think one problem for my comeback angles, that seems kind of bad. I think my main problem for my comeback angles is that their deck is probably pretty good at just doing Silk Road stuff, just even as like a junkie or thing with the followers, and they have better ability to gain like duchies off tournaments and stuff. So unless I find something really special from the black market, I don't think I'm getting there just off points. It's just gonna be too big of a gap. And then I don't have that much time just because of I'm actually not sure. Probably the empty provinces quicker than the estates and the curses go. But in any case, no matter how the path of the game goes, they have some 3-pile or game ending condition coming up. For sure. I might get a tournament off the guide. This is, I guess, all the cursed villages. mean, I guess the tournament is really awful. So that didn't necessarily make a lot of sense, but none of these really push it much, but I'll take the harem. Yeah, these, I mean, Guardian is okay. Though not clearly better than like the next thing I might be able to get. I don't even know, like, what are the things that... Maybe Mountebank does it. I mean, I can't afford Mountebank, so... It's not insane. Not sure. Well, I could just kill the tournament. We could just kill the Guardian, I guess. It didn't really draw us nice stuff. Oh, we get we did. They don't have a. I guess 3-card hand isn't that likely to have one. Look at this incredible selection of choice. Absolutely choice black market cards. We can get a farmland and an estate. Incredible. Maybe we need that to go for the... to play for the... whatever it is I'm playing for. To be determined. I'm playing for the governor, right? Now, governor doesn't... it's... maybe I can handle the golds. Maybe it's the governor. Playing for the governor, or... They already took the steed, so I can't do that. Governor or ambassador, I don't get to do the steed, but maybe I can just do it normal. I don't think Groundskeeper or Goons is going to be enough, to be honest. Maybe... do you really want 3 Tormentors? That's not clear to me. What else like scores a lot? I guess Fairgrounds could be like 10 or more points, but I mean, if the game lasts long enough, I suppose Goons can make it work. I don't think the game will last long enough for that, but... then there's... I guess, are they pretty confident of just ending it this turn? Well, they don't... I mean, you don't have to be confident of that to trash province, I suppose. If you still think you're gonna double, that seems totally safe. The followers are gone. Maybe they're gonna regain them. That'd be kind of cool. I've been locusts. I mean, not locusts. I've been plagued. Plague of locusts. Yeah. Yeah, there's just not gonna be outs. This is a fun board though. I kind of like playing it, even though even though we're not, getting anything out of it. I probably should discard, but I'll wait a little bit. I don't even have to play the mercenary. I don't know. No, that wouldn't have mattered. I was trying to think if it would have mattered if I had gotten the... Oh, look at this. Experiment. That's exciting. Guess Goons just wasn't in there. Oh, I play again. Do we buy a seller? Probably not. I have another black market, don't I? I'm committed to this, whatever it is I'm doing, this bit. I'm dedicated. Oh no. Oh no. All right. Okay, well, that was later mercenary and later wishes. I don't think. Maybe if you swap those, maybe it can pan out, but I don't think both there is gonna work out. And they certainly played it cleanly enough to make it through. Guess you can, I don't know, there's not a lot to do here. You could take up, I mean, there's some question of whether like a 2-point fisherman is better than a baker here. It's not clear to me. I mean, because it's really not stopping you from getting the baker later. Like it's probably not making a huge impact on your... I don't know, you get here if you do Goat Herder Enchantress. Go a third or Enchantress. There's I'm certainly not like so enamored of the Basilica points that I'm going to spin my coffer and buy a courtyard. I don't think that's the play, but there are some other things you could open though besides like Basilica. Monument is not insane. There's not a lot to do here. And that makes the points a little more appealing over time. I don't know. Do you get a Goat Herder or an Enchantress or a Monument? I'm gonna try the Monument. It might be Sacrifice is the play. They had the 5-2. Well, yeah, I mean, on that, I would take an alter. There you wonder... There you might wonder if you should have... well, for me, of course, it makes me wonder if Goatherd would have worked out a lot nicer. Baker seems relatively easy on the 5. That doesn't seem... They did draw bad, and it also mucks up the fisherman stuff. Yeah. It's like now they can't gain a fisherman. So that is kind of annoying, actually, for them. That's not... it's not nothing. You pay a little price for that. I don't get to trash a copper, which is sad. But... So they didn't take Basilica, so I'm not in like a rush to say buy Vagrant. I can take it here. If they take if they take the second to last one, then I can take it. Mostly at my leisure. There's some kind of bad draws here where it doesn't, where I have to spin a coffer, which would not be great, but. I mean, I don't hate having 7-point lead here. I know I'm going to be worse, a little bit worse on the greening because of the Bakers. Just hopefully not hugely worse. Like the Vagrant buys are not really inspiring. I have been lucky with the Goatherd altar ordering so far. We just get a gold. Eventually the Vagrants may be doing something. They still have had a lot of these turns where they play a couple actions and play Courtyard, which is probably drawing at least a couple actions. And it doesn't look super exciting. This is probably a province. I mean, you get the 8 clean. Just take it. I maybe could have gotten another gold. Certainly if there had been Basilica points still left, I would have just taken the gold. But... 3 provinces for me is going to be kind of hard to lose. Gonna look pretty hard, I think. They have a little bit of draw support for green cards in the Vagrants, but certainly, yeah, like you go into courtyards already, or into duchies already, I just don't know. I mean, you're really banking on that being vagranted for it to be less harmful there. You're really betting on that. And otherwise, it's going to be quite painful for you on this shuffle. Again, my goat herd draws have been very, very lucky. I've had a state goat herd after altar 3, or I guess one time it was just a copper, but very, very fortunate. My monument still, yeah, I almost wonder if monument gets played. Monument probably doesn't get played enough for them, but it might have made more sense to do a monument than a duchy there. If I have relatively even looking money stuff, like this is another clean 8. This is probably very close to game. Just because I have the 3 coffers still, the gold is still down here. This isn't so clear to me. Whether it's like trash silver or just buy, say, a baker. Maybe it's worse than I thought. Guess I can province. That seems not the best ever. This gold's missing. I could province, though, again, that seems a little scary. Have they seen their gold yet? No. Oh. How does copper trash silver compare to baker here? Or even duchy, I suppose. Not that duchies are especially nice for me. I guess it would be advance goat herd at this point. And even altar could be a possibility for that play. This is kind of tough. Here's both the golds. If we have green cards on top, then the fisherman plays start to look really nice, but we'd rather not see the monument. Bakers would be good. I guess I gotta reveal them both to not spend any coffers anyway. I mean, if they double province, they win. This is weird, actually. I mean, you're gonna need... you're gonna need to hit it. I mean, you're not gonna overtake me on duchies before I just hit 8 with my... I don't think. Maybe you can. I don't know. I'm not convinced. This one I'm not sure. I guess the fighting... I really don't know that I like... I don't like spinning 2 coffers here. Hopefully my bakers aren't bottom decked. Something like Enchantress is not completely insane, though it's probably insane. I don't know if the estate ever matters. I go to 37, 43. I mean, it could. Trashing coppers at this point does not feel super good. We could also... I don't know. Like, they double duchy. What are the odds of double duchy? Not 0. Their vagrants have not been... I don't even know if they've gotten a vagrant hit ever. I played that in the wrongish order, but that was very lucky. This is game. I guess if they had found altar, maybe there was an out. It might have just been a tie, didn't count the points. Okay. One more. It would be nice to get this one. Well, of course, it would be nice to get any of them. But it certainly would help my chances of promotion. We have Rat and King's Court and stuff. Not the most powerful payload ever, but it's certainly here. You probably open Exorcist, Silver. I don't know. It's going to be an awkward build for sure. There's probably some world where the problem is the non-King's Court thing also is not any good. There's just like not... It's just so underpowered, everything. Like the way the rat stuff is pretty crazy, but the draw is weak, so even when you're going a little bit crazy, it's not world changing. I don't know. This is gonna be not super good to play. They go double silver, which I'm not I mean, I get very lucky here. I suppose they're aiming for this, and I drew it without doing the hard work. So that's great for me, but can't say that I earned it. They get a tactician, which is probably a pretty good card here. The issue with the heavy chariot race stuff, potential issue anyway. I mean, not if you draw like me, but you know, if you can't draw like me, then. But the issue, of course, is that like maybe they get provinces and then your chariot races just stop hitting. King's Court split's important for that though. Tactician certainly has a. For getting the first King's Court looks nice. There is a little bit of awkwardness later on because of, like, you can do double tack, but it's, and probably it's just worth doing, but it will be a little bit, if you've thinned a little bit, you may end up drawing more than you really want, but I guess with the way they're at, you can kind of correct for it. So there's that. We want to at least have $7 in hand for when we do whatever it is we do. I'm trying to decide here between, I don't think I'm going to whether at it, but I'm trying to decide if it makes sense to trash copper or estate. Obviously the Exorcist isn't hitting anything really this turn. There's some like chariot race reasons to prefer the estates, but I guess I could get a Ghost. I don't know how good Ghost is. I don't know that you need it with King's Court. I wonder if the play is to get a second silver now just to be sure you can get to 8 or get to 7 when you play Tactician. I haven't trashed a huge number of coppers. But I'll probably trash another one here, so. This is, I mean, obviously it's just nice to have drawn the Tactician at the top. That would have been a perfect pre-move time, and I blew it. They didn't get a King's Court right on their tactician turn. They just got... The cemetery trash is not actually that exciting to me. Maybe it's good. What do we think we're gonna do here? We could try to... I mean, we want to buy King's Court. That's pretty clear. Should we just cemetery for another... or altar for a cemetery? Chariot race is pretty unlikely to hit, but that's kind of true regardless. I guess we could see with the wisp, and then it has a little better shot. Okay. Well, it doesn't change the shot that much. At that point, I just have, yeah. It doesn't really change the shot. I guess I can pull the I don't know. Beats me. Anyway, maybe you play one chariot race, then wisp, and the other one. Okay, what do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Speed 7. And it probably is reasonable to keep... Well, now the cemetery doesn't look so exciting. If we had gotten another draw with the wisp, it would look very exciting. Because this last card is a copper, I think. So we can still, I mean, we can still thin by 1 and swap 2 zeros for a 4, which is kind of nice. The other consideration is just like blowing up. I kind of think one more wisp is okay though. Is probably pretty useful. The trade cemetery for 2 coppers isn't quite as clear to me. And what would we buy? What would we have if we don't do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is not super exciting, so. There's only some real sadness possible here. This is pretty okay though. Well, that just sucks. That simply sucks. This also just plain sucks, because we're not going to have... Is this king's? I mean, the potential upside is higher by getting another king's court now. But if I don't draw it, it's quite a bit worse. And we can probably get back to this king's court, the ratted king's court, for the tactician. I'm not super worried about like the chariot race split. I'm worried more about the deck control stuff because we can pile the duchies pretty quickly here. Really everything piles quite quickly here, so I'm not worried so much about the... It's probably play tactician. So I need to get... It may just be get as many get 2 king courts and an imp, whatever we can buy. It may just be rat for king's courts all the way down. Don't think they'll pile out on their turn, though it's not impossible. Not having king here though is sad, but there wasn't really a good way for me to get there. I mean, I could have not bottom decked the king's court, I guess. So we do this. Okay. The other option is to try and play a tactician. I don't know if that's quite good enough for what I want to do. Maybe it is. We're going to be at the mercy of the draw on the next turn. We find the king's court specifically. And like the imp. Well, we can get a tactician. We could get a king's court, draw it. Then king, I don't know, wisp or whatever. And then alter for a tactician, draw it, play it, not buy anything. Which would give us big starting hand with king, but not 3 kings, which is pretty nice too. I don't know. Unclear to me. I mean, this part of it is probably mandatory, regardless. Now it's just whether we want a king wisp alter for a tactician. And we get an imp if we don't do that. We also can buy... I guess we can buy something nice as well. What can we buy? Like Harbinger and Chariot Race. We can get a ghost, and I still don't think ghost is probably very good. We could buy an altar as well. That wouldn't give us an imp. I guess we could buy altar and exorcist the altar for an imp. I would really like to not blow this to the degree possible. It's not great regardless. Hopefully this is so bad. I mean, it can be okay, but it's not the opening hand you want to see. I guess it's fine. It's not that it's okay-ish. I mean, I don't know that I can really expect something super better. Unfortunately, they're going to be able to king now. I don't know that they'll be able to win. Hopefully not. But it's not clear to me that it's impossible. By any stretch. Maybe Tactician was like winning if I get a turn. Dream here, of course, is imp into like 2 king's courts on top, and then kind of go from there. But Exorcist on top is, you know, it's okay for the... It's okay for the, I guess, defense aspect, but it's not super good for the drawing a good turn aspect. I think the way I'm thinking of way the rat chain with king's court, I think I'm imagining it doing more than what it actually is capable of doing. To be honest. Cemetery seems a little risky. I don't like the ghost gain. I don't know that I'm really going anywhere this turn. And I don't know what the order you're supposed to play this stuff is. I mean, you can get some information by doing the wisp first. And of course you can draw the other king's court potentially. I think there are still enough chariot races down here to do this. Well, at some point there become not enough chariot races. Oh, this is sad, but he didn't play Tactician, so I bought, okay, so my bottom 2 cards were King's Court, which is not good. And I don't want to go too far on the lowering, but like, I don't know, if I draw the 3 at the start, I probably have a win, right? Like, that seems not hard. But I didn't king any of the draw cards, and this was a terrible draw. I can get a bunch of duchies. or a couple duchies. And play tactician. I think we just hope their draw is bad enough, right? They don't have a lot of draw cards. They didn't get tactician down. We don't want to lower like too much, but I don't even know if I have enough cards to do this the way I want to do this. I guess it's optional. So we kill the exorcist. We kill the copper. Or does this not work? Do I run out of cards this way? I guess I don't have to get the other king's court. Is rat optional? Oh, so we can go rat and not rat it. Or not discard. And then get another king's court. Is that better than a third duchy? Do we want to lower the king's courts? Does that make sense? Not sure. I'm probably playing around something that, I mean, if I don't get another king's court, am I likely to be able to pile? Yeah, probably. Maybe. How is the estate? Is the estate even good? No, if they pile out, they score way more than that. They do have king now. I don't know if it's enough. One buy, I don't know that that's enough. I don't have a lot of draw. Oh, well, this is just a resignation, essentially. Is it? I don't know. I'd say that, but I don't. I mean, I just have to king the 2 altars with enough crap in hand, right? I don't even need like that much crap. It's just like, oh, I don't have 2 altars, I guess. But I mean, I can get them. I guess depending on my money hits or on the, oh, well, that's gonna be more than enough to just do it a different way. Right. We only need $8. We can get, we have 6. We know we'll get more hits, so we can just take the cemeteries, right? 3 cemeteries and then 2 buys. Why is it? Oh, it's the cemetery trash. I was so confused. No. We can get more, but we don't have to. I mean, we could have done it even without them lowering the king's courts, but whatever. Okay, well, we got 4, so Spix needs to win at least 5 to, but they have the tiebreaker, so if they do, then they'll catch me. Thanks for watching. Some of those were slow because I played slow, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you all later.